Hey y'all, welcome to Ask Steve About Cars. I hope you're having a great day. I'm having a wonderful day because I'm in Lillington, North Carolina with a 26 Jeep Cherokee. That's right, the legend is back. It is revised, resurrected, renewed, and it looks better than ever. So come with me as we take a look at the exterior. I do my walk around for y'all, talk about things that have changed, which is basically everything because this is a completely redesigned model, new from Jeep. Without further ado, let's get into it. I'm gonna do the walk around and then we'll take a look at the inside. Oh man, does this thing look good? Take a look at the front end. I mean, we just have a throwback to that classic XJ from the 90s with this squared off look. So much better than the rounded look that they had from 2014 to 21. I mean, it just looks so great. Now the model that's in front of me is an Overland, so we have a higher end of the trim levels here. Most of these features on the outside are carried throughout the entire line. We have the classic 7-slot grille from Jeep, the blackout appearance. We have LED fog lights, some nice ventilated accents. This particular model, we have automatic LED headlights with that nice sea light LED surround. I can show you what that looks like. And that's what the headlights and the sea lights look like when they're turned on. Such a great look. If we go around the side here we can see those 20-inch black and polished aluminum wheels. They look amazing on this particular Jeep. Yeah, I absolutely love the split 5-spoke design on those. You have black painted mirror caps and door handles no matter which trim you get here. This particular one, the Overland, look at that massive panoramic sunroof. Just so much visibility and light on the interior. And we'll come down the sideline here, and just to the back you have that squared off look again, almost looking like a baby Range Rover over here. I definitely can't say I'm upset about that because I think Range Rovers look phenomenal. And take a look around back with me. This looks so good. We have the X pattern lights from the Wranglers and other Jeeps of past thrown out to that heritage. More blacked out badging. And coming back around the other side just to give a full picture. I mean, it looks great. Perfectly sized. This puts itself in between the Compass and the Grand Cherokee. And it's similarly sized to other small mid-size SUVs in the market. But there's a lot more to this one, and we'll get into it here in a second. Really dig the Cherokee badging. I mean, it has a little slash through the O. I bet you there's some sort of Easter egg information on that. And guys, here's where I was most excited to learn about with this new 26 Cherokee, and that's the power plant in this SUV. We have a 1.6 liter turbocharged fully hybrid setup. So it's an integrated hybrid. We do not see 4xe technology here. We are not going with a plug-in hybrid. This is just a regular hybrid system. And for the tech nerds out there, this is an eCVT with a planetary gear set. If that sounds familiar to you, it should. It's globally used by Toyota, and Jeep knew not to fix something that wasn't broken. So the technology that's behind your Prius, your RAV4 hybrids, all the same here. Absolutely phenomenal. It's a great setup. It's extremely low maintenance and it works well. And all that boils down to an absolutely incredible 37 combined miles per gallon on the 26 Cherokee. Yes, you heard that right. This is a Jeep that gets nearly 40 miles to the gallon, and I have gotten 40 miles to the gallon driving this around. That is astonishing. What a great number. This makes this so practical. And when you see the interior that we're going to go into next, you'll see why it's even more impressive. And oh my goodness, this is not your mom's Toyota RAV4. And no knock against Toyota. They make an absolutely phenomenal product. But look at the interior. on this Cherokee. Now, granted, yes, it's an Overland, and yes, it's at the top of the trim level, but I've seen the other ones at the auto shows, and they look just as impressive, especially for their price point. And speaking of price point, this Jeep Cherokee actually sits below a lot of the competition in terms of price, which is all the more impressive based on its drivetrain and interior comfort. Take a look. The door cards, all seamlessly integrated. We have soft touch leathers going throughout, and just awesome. I love the brushed titanium. Looks so good all the time. I don't see a lot of gloss black plastic, which is a great thing. They're just hard to keep clean. Steering wheel, some people have said, hey Jeep, don't reinvent the wheel, but it's a pretty ergonomic steering wheel, and we'll get to see that in the driving portion. But yeah, the dash just seamlessly integrated. Of course, this one has the 9-speaker Alpine, such a good audio system there. Digital gauge cluster, 12-inch for the driver, and then we have the infotainment with the 12.3-inch touchscreen, and of course, physical buttons for your climate. A lot of people like that instead of having to go through the screen. But just phenomenal materials, perforated leather, so many different driver positions, amazing. And it doesn't end there. Going into the back, so much space for your passengers. I mean, I'm 6'1". I could slide right into the back, no issues. And even with my legs facing completely forward, and I have the seat almost all the way back. Look, I still have perfect leg room. I've got heated seats back here, which is awesome. And it's so comfortable to be in. I mean, really, don't take my word for it. You really just have to get in and see what these things are about. And we'll go around back. Of course, we have that automatic lift gate. My goodness, it just seems like it never runs out of space. I mean, for a mid-size SUV to have this amount of cargo room, I'll put up the exact number on the screen. I apologize. This is so new to me. I'm still learning myself, but I could tell you that you would absolutely be able to fit, I mean, multiple suitcases. If you could use one of those black and yellow totes for comparison, you would literally be able to go too high both sides and too high, so you'd be able to fit almost 8 of those totes in the back. There's so much room. All right, so let's go ahead and turn it on. Push button start down there next to the gear selector. And the Cherokee nameplate comes up, and just a great vibrant screen, super easy to read. And you know I'm going to be doing an in-depth detailed walkthrough of this interior and all of its features and how to use this infotainment center. But for now, I just wanted to show the overall layout so you guys can get a look at it. Got the digital rear view mirror. Of course, it's an Overland, so it's got a lot of the options. And one of the first things I noticed inside this Cherokee is how much it resembles the Wagoneer S. And while some folks are not on board with the EVs, there's no denying the comfort and interior build on the Wagoneer S. It looks phenomenal, and the materials are so premium. And that is totally seen here, and it makes perfect sense because this Cherokee is built on the Wagoneer S's platform, although it sports a totally different drivetrain. Yeah, guys, I'm totally digging what Jeep has done here with this Cherokee. Now, the one that I have here is the Overland. And I don't have my notes on me, but I'm going to do the best that I can to go through the trim line and what's a little different on each one. What I'll actually do is, because this is so new to me, don't be too hard on me. I'm going to go ahead and just put some of the trim differences up on the screen for y'all to see, and some of the price differences as well. But the Overland is at the top, and at the entry level, you have the Cherokee base. So it's just called the Jeep Cherokee. And entry level is a lightly used term there because it still comes with a bunch of standard features, which I'll show up on the screen here. Starting out, like I said, though, you have the gloss black accents already set up. Usually on these cars, you're going to see a lot of that non-painted black material, which fades in the sun and all that kind of thing. Not on the base Cherokee, though. So that's amazing. Then up next, you have the Laredo. And from there, I know off the top of my head, you have fog lights, a premium cloth interior, heated seats, a lot of features available for that trim. And like I said, they're up on the screen now, so you can kind of take a look at the differences between the base and the Laredo. I think the Laredo is going to sit at a really good price point for a lot of folks, giving a lot of standard features as well. And no matter what trim you get, that 12-inch, that 12.3-inch screen that you saw along with the digital cluster, all standard. The wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, all standard. Premium sound system, standard. I mean, it just doesn't stop. At the Laredo trim, you have the Limited, and that's where things start to feel a little bit more luxurious, where you have the leather seats, you have a ton of other features, again, which I'll show up here on the screen, so you can kind of see the differences between the Laredo and the Limited, as well as its price point, which is still a great value. You're seeing not these huge jumps between the trims, which is perfect because it puts them right in line with the rest of the market. And a lot of these things I think Jeep's doing better than the rest of the competition. And I have to remain mostly unbiased. Yes, I work at a dealership for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, but I also work with a lot of used cars. And I can't just say that one brand is better than the other, because the truth is that every brand has things that it does really well, and every brand has its pros and cons. But yeah, let's get back to it. So at the top trim, we have the Overland, which is seen here. Digital rear view mirrors, 9-speaker Alpine audio, flood lighting, LED accents, a ton of stuff. And you can see the difference here between what you get when you get the Overland. And this Overland puts itself in a completely different category. And Jeep is kind of known for this. You have the Grand Cherokee, starting with the Laredo trim, which is perfect for so many people. And then you see its Summit end, where it just feels like an absolute luxury brand, premium materials, everything feels so good. That's translated right here in this Cherokee. So you could stay in the mid 40s and have such a luxurious mid-size SUV. That is just something I have not seen with other brands, just being completely honest. So absolutely love what they've done here. All right, guys, let's jump in this Cherokee, take it down the road, get some driving impressions, because if it drives as comfortably as it is just sitting in it, it's going to be a blast. Okay, we are off for a drive in the 2026 Cherokee. All right, guys, let's take a look at how this thing drives out. The most important part of the vehicle experience is how it drives. So we'll just have to skip through this line of traffic. Might be able to get out of here eventually. All right, so some first impressions. It's pretty quiet. I mean, that's given. I mean, my microphone's set up to the roof up here. So normally if I do a video with that particular setup, you can actually hear some outside noise and some wind noise, but I had a bunch of cars driving by going about 45 miles an hour and you could barely hear them. So that's phenomenal. You know, some people have said Jeep doesn't need to reinvent the wheel, but I like this steering wheel. I like the feeling of it. It's the soft touch leather, and it's got a good feel to it. It feels good in the hands. It's like a lot of the design is just set up to be ergonomic, and I appreciate that. I go over a couple bumps there, but the suspension is firm, but articulates well. Once we get down the road here a little bit, we can go about 55, 60. Yeah, it's 55. We'll open it up just a little bit. Yeah, this is this is incredible. This almost rides better than my Grand Cherokee. Wow, I did not expect that. And it's just gliding down the road. Now, what I did expect is to have some resemblance of what the Wagoneer S feels like, because it's built on the same platform, and I'm sure that it shares a lot of the suspension and other structural components of the Wagoneer S. And that car rides absolutely phenomenal. Whether or not you like, fully electric vehicles is besides the point of that vehicle feeling. Is so planted that it just feels like it's on rails. And I'm getting that here. I mean, this is just a straightaway, so we're going to take a couple of turns to feel that side of things. But man, this thing is just cruising down the road. The brakes are good. I'm feeling a little bit of that regeneration from the hybrid system. Everywhere you go, it just kind of glides around. I don't know how to explain it. Just inputs are soft and somehow just as responsive as they are soft. That's an interesting feeling. Now it's 55 here, so I'm going to do a little bit of an acceleration just to feel. I mean, this isn't a race car by any means, but sometimes with cars like the CRV hybrid and the RAV4 hybrid, which I would say this is pretty closely in line with, tend to be a little, what's the right word, sluggish. Let's see, I'll just give it a little bit of gas here. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's a CVT, but so you don't have those aggressive gear shifts or anything. I'm right up to 55 and no problem. You could tell it's a hybrid electric setup. Feel that initial thrust from the electric drive module, and then the gas engine kind of picks up on the higher end. But it feels very, very, very similar to the RAV4 hybrid, but it does feel like it definitely has a little bit more pep to it. You know, it's funny, even doing things like acceleration tests and whatnot, and we're still getting 27 miles to the gallon. That's pretty incredible. Yeah, you can see here, I mean, just cruising at 55 plus, you're going to be getting that 40 miles to the gallon, no problem. But yeah, it feels smooth. I don't want to get pulled over for doing a slalom test on the open road, but it's quick. You know, like your inputs are just, they're dialed in. And the seat is just, I mean, my gosh, once you get it right to where you want it to be, and it's got the memory, which is cool, it is so comfortable. My legs are like, I kind of sit like a king, you know, I've got my legs all flailed about, and you know, I've driven everything from a Ram. I've owned Rams, Grand Cherokees. Family had a lot of Ford products, so Explorers, things like that. But what I can't get over is the premium feel. If you blindfolded me, although I probably shouldn't be driving with a blindfold, but if you put me in the passenger seat with a blindfold and told me that this was a Jeep Cherokee, I would not believe you. That's a good way to explain the overall feel of this vehicle. I would have straight up guessed that I was in a high-end luxury brand. And there's no doubt about it. We'll pull back in here. Just incredible how smooth this car is. SUV, sorry. And I get four-wheel drive. And I start with a base price less than $35,000. What more could you want? And you see as we're stopped here, it sounds like the gas engine completely cuts off, and it's very Prius RAV4 hybrid-y in the sense that you stay under like 5 miles an hour. It just seems not to use the engine at all. Now, this town has 5,000 people in it, and the rest of North Carolina drives through it every day. It's funny, these digital mirrors, you know, customers of mine have a hard time understanding why they're valuable. But I'll tell you what, when you cram these vehicles up with stuff in the back and the rear end, like we go out of state all the time and we do a lot of road tripping, and I can't see anything out of the back window, that's when you're thankful for this digital mirror. And nighttime, the reflection, like it doesn't have, because it's the digital picture, it doesn't have like the lights from the cars blinding you. It kind of dims them out, because it's naturally just like pointed up towards the roof, and you don't get glare back at you. Well, all right, guys, I am back at the dealership. I think we can wrap this one up. I am so impressed with the way that this vehicle drives. I don't even know what else to say. All I have to say is wow. So impressed by this 26 Cherokee. It has surprised the heck out of me. And not that I didn't expect the Cherokee to be this good, but you really just have to check it out for yourself. And that's what you should do. Don't take my word for it. Go ahead, check one of these Cherokees out on the lot, take it for a drive. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Like always, guys, leave a comment below what you think. If there's anything that I can do better to provide you the best information that I can, just let me know. Because what I love doing is sharing my information and my love for cars with you guys. And this Cherokee, much like every other vehicle that I have, is available for you to come and check out down in Lillington, North Carolina at John Heister. Don't forget to ask for Steve, and have a wonderful day.